another. Okay. So my goal for this call and my goal for this month is to have as many people that want to, that are like ready to rank advance this month, including myself, because I let my diamond like go. So my goal for this month is to get myself back to diamond and get as many people either like to their first rank, which would be emerald, or if someone was already emerald, like building back to emerald, or getting someone to diamond this month. And I feel like we set like a really good foundation in January of just setting those visions, setting those goals, kind of getting hopefully some momentum going with like office hours and when you work and everything like that.
Yeah.
So now I am ready to just help whoever rank advance for this month. So this call is going to, I think, be for most of the people on the team who would be either building to emerald or rebuilding emerald. And this is literally like, I listened to this call a couple times in the past and I can't explain it better or say it better. So I'm like, okay, let's just literally watch this call as a team, take notes and all of those things. It is a little bit longer than 30, it's like 36 minutes. I kind of fast forwarded it through a minute or two of the beginning. And keep in mind, because this call was a couple years ago, that now like any terminology that says discount coach, think of it as preferred customer, because now we have the preferred customer program and they still count in our downline as coaches, so to speak. Preferred customers or coaches count when we're building rank and stuff. So anytime you hear him, I believe his name's Rob, anytime you hear Rob say discount coach, like just think to yourself like PC, preferred customer. And yeah, I would just be ready to like take some awesome notes, and we can all do this month or this quarter. At least the quarter will end in March, but I would love to try to do it this month. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And it should be here. Need to move this Facebook. Oh no, where did that video just come up? There we go. And now I'm gonna have to fast forward it a little bit again.
What we're going to do today is what I call going emerald in an hour. And really the goal of this next 60 minutes, if you're already an emerald coach, that's okay. My goal is to, first of all, help you hit emerald again, because once we've reached emerald once, it's no longer a goal to hit. It now becomes an activity.
Thumbs up if you can hear him okay.
Hitting emerald every quarter.
I can't hear him now.
Use the same process. This is what we talk about when you hear.
Can you hear him?
About duplication all the time. I want you to be.
I guess it's when I mute myself, so I'll keep myself unmuted.
So that you can help them earn emerald, and then emerald every quarter, every month, every week, depending on what their goals are and what they're working to. Okay. So first of all, before I go into the actual process, I just want to make this super simple, because maybe you enrolled today, and maybe this is the very first call that you're watching. If so, I'm even more honored. But maybe you don't know specifically what emerald is. And I think a big part of this, whenever we have a goal, sometimes we make it more complicated than it needs to be, or we think we have to do all these things when it's really a lot simpler. So I really want to break down what Emerald is and why it's important, and then we're going to get to the workshop. Okay. So what Emerald is, okay, I want to make things super, super simple. Okay. There are 3 things that you need to do in order to be an Emerald coach. Okay. The first thing that you have to do is be on home direct of 50 PV or more every month. That will keep you as an active coach. Okay, some options, just so you have this, it could be the performance line. So if you're drinking Energize and Recover, if you're drinking Shakeology, if you're going through 3 boxes of Beach Bars a month, those will all be ways that will keep you active. Now, one thing that I want to be very specific about, I just said 50 PV, and then I just referred to 3 things that were 90 PV. You can look this information up at FAQ as well, but there are different criteria for being an active coach and for earning Success Club. So I don't want to get any of that confused. If you are going to pursue this as a business opportunity, you want to make sure it's 90 PV that you're getting every month so that you can earn Success Club. But as far as being an active coach, it needs to be 50 PV or more. So again, step 1, be active on 50 PV or more. Okay. The next thing that you need to do, step number 2, is you need to have 1 active coach, personally sponsored, on your left leg. Okay. Now, every coach gets 2 legs, a left leg and a right leg. So you're gonna, after you become an active coach yourself, you need 1 active coach on your left leg, which follows the same criteria. So it's someone who is active, and the best way to do that is home direct. That could be, maybe that person could be a spouse, a family member, a friend, someone who you know is hardworking, someone who you know is into health and fitness. It doesn't matter who it is, and we're going to get into who you're actually going to talk to in a little bit. But you need to have 1 person who's active on your left leg. And the other thing that I like to do when I do this call is talk about some options. Okay, because here's the thing: when we are talking about people, everyone has different goals, and the goal for you is not to trick people into becoming active. The goal is for you to find products that help those individuals reach their goals and stay active because they're continuously utilizing them. I've been drinking Shakeology every day for the last 7 years. If it was not effective, I wouldn't still be drinking it. I would not still be an active coach. So it's really important that you don't just try to get someone active, but you really talk to them and find out what their goals are so that you can give them the products that are going to help them get there. Okay. So 50 PV, a couple options that you have. Recover is 52 PV. That works great. Or the performance stack that we talked about before. Shakeology is great. And then we have two little bundles that we've created on our team. The first one's called Hot and Hyper. That is Energize and the Collagen Boost. So ladies, if you want to get hot and hyper, collagen and Energize. And then the other one is called the Green Goddess. So Power Greens along with Energize, or excuse me, Power Greens along with the Collagen Boost. Any of those will make 50 PV or more. So again, it doesn't have to be the same thing for everyone. In fact, it shouldn't be. It should be whatever products are aligning towards that person's goal. Okay. So that's number 2. Have 1 coach on your left leg. Okay. And then step number 3, in order to become an Emerald coach, is to have 1 active coach on your right leg. Okay. Same criteria. It could be spouse, family member, friend, someone into fitness, someone who you know is just hustling and really wants to help people. And they need to be active on 50 PV, which can be any product 50 PV or more that align with their goals and will be a product that they'll want to continue to use and get results with. Okay, so that's what Emerald is. Those 3 simple steps: be active, have an active coach on your left leg, have an active coach on your right leg. Okay, now I just want to take a second to talk about why Emerald is important, and then again we're going to get to the workshop. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I really want to set you up to be at by the time this hour is up, you know exactly, or maybe you've already earned Emerald by the time this hour is up. If you're someone who's a real go-getter, but today you have the option to do it, which will be really cool because that means on Thursday, your rank advancement will officially happen. Okay. So why it's important? First of all, it unlocks team cycle bonus. So as of right now, if you're not an Emerald coach yet, you're getting paid 25% commissions on any products that you sell. And when you become an Emerald coach, you actually get access to this secondary piece of the compensation plan called team cycle bonus. You can go to YouTube and type in team cycle bonus Beachbody. There are 1,000 videos that will explain it. I don't want to go too deep into that, but essentially you're no longer just a salesperson. You're now someone who's also making team bonus based off of your team getting results and utilizing the products to do that. Okay. Recognition is another really cool piece. I just talked about how Thursday you will officially become an Emerald coach. Maybe your coach will recognize you, but the company will definitely recognize you. We have an amazing recognition program. You get a certificate in the mail. It's really cool. So you're also showing people that are watching you. So people on your social media, like you posting consistently, all of those people are going to see that you're actually seeing success in your business and you're actually helping other people, and that creates momentum as you continue to build and talk to people. A cool bonus, and I want you to think about this too, because I know that there are different people that have different motivation. You becoming an Emerald coach will actually help your coach rank advanced. And I think that's really cool. I'm fortunate enough that my wife is my coach. So for me, it's just like, oh, if I can get Emerald and help her get Diamond, score. When I got to Diamond and helped her become a Star Diamond coach, score. So think about that. Like, it's a really cool way to kind of pay back to your upline coach who brought you into this opportunity. So that's another thing that I think is really cool. The other thing is that it sets an example for your team. And as you continue to build your coach business, you're going to see that everything that you do is setting an example. The way that you work out, how intentional you are about your personal development, how your team grows, how many people you recruit. That's all setting the example for the people on your team and shows the people on the team what they're actually capable of doing. Okay, so that is how to become an Emerald coach. That is why Emerald is important. So now we're going to get into the good stuff. This is I love this because, like, I'm going to tell you this process that I do. I told you before, I've been a coach for 7 years. I do this at least once a month because here's the true statistic. The average person knows 2,500 people. So forget, if you're sitting there saying, oh, I only have 300 followers on Instagram, or, oh, I don't have any friends on Facebook. Move those things to the side, move that distraction out of your way. The average human being knows 2,500 human beings. So this thing that I do with my coaches really helps, like, bring those names into your head. You put them down on a piece of paper. And I think the important thing, and you're going to hear this when I play the video that we're going to listen to together, is these people aren't necessarily the people who you're going to recruit. Because I know you're probably thinking, like, oh man, my second cousin Tony, like, I would never want him on our team. I'm not going to tell you to invite anyone who you're not excited to invite, because that's not going to build a team that you want to be a part of. But the average person knows 2,500 people. So what we're going to do is I have this video and I use this on purpose. So I want to make a point here before we watch the video, because I've learned that sometimes you teach so that other people can learn, and sometimes you teach to teach. Now, I also talked to you about setting the example. Now, if I came up with this whole beautiful, amazing process and just told you how to do it, you would probably think, oh man, I have to do that. I have to do exactly what Rob does. I have to film a video and I have to make everything look clean and polished. So what I did, and actually there's a coach named Brandy Botts who has been a coach for even longer than I am. And she was outrageously successful simply by utilizing resources that other people made, because the beautiful thing about our network is that we're all trying to help people. We are all a part of one team, okay? So I am going to share this video. Let me share my screen so that you can see it. Bear with me. Let me make sure that I get the right one. That is the right one, but that's my Facebook. So we're going to go over here. So this is Jimmy Hayes Nelson. And Jimmy, if you're watching, hey, what's up? Jimmy knows that I use this, that our team uses this. So what I need you to do right now is I need you to get out a piece of paper, okay? A piece of paper. There is something, Jimmy's actually gonna say this in the video, there's something about writing things down on a piece of paper that is completely different than typing it in your phone, completely different than typing it on a Word document, whatever. I actually have to grab my notebook because it's quite long. Chelsea, take it. Chelsea. Okay, well, then I guess I am using a piece of paper. Okay, so who knows? We'll see how this turns out. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so I'm gonna play this video and let's do it.
So we're going to go through something I call the memory jotter. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why coaches make a huge mistake when it comes to this when they're getting started. And you're not going to
This is
make that mistake.
hilarious.
You and I are about to walk through this right now.
I'm just thinking like someone that goes back and watches this recording is going to be watching like a video of us watching a video of him watching a video. Anyway.
Number 1, they don't do it. Number 1, they just don't do it. They don't make a list. They don't have anything to work off of. And they skip this step because it's a little uncomfortable. Like I told you before in the intro video, we're going to ask you to get a little bit out of your comfort zone. And this is the first time you're going to do that. But it's okay, because I'm going to do this along with you. The second thing, I'm going to start reading things off that you're going to start writing names down. And your tendency, all of our tendency, is to prejudge. You're going to think, oh, they're not going to be interested. Oh, that won't work. This person's wrong because. Let me tell you, the list you're about to make is not the list of people that are going to join your team or your challenge group. They're not necessarily going to be your customers or the coaches on your team. They are going to be the people that are going to help us find the people that are going to be your customers and your coaches. I was told a long time ago, we are only looking for the people that are looking for us. Right? Our job's not to convince or push or anything like that, but we need this list of names to start working off of to find those people that are looking for us. So the first thing I need you to do is grab a piece of paper, not your phone, not your iPad, not your computer. I literally need pen to paper. So if you don't have that right now, hit pause real quick and we're about to get started. Okay. So hopefully you have your piece of paper and a pen or pencil or crayon, some writing utensil, right? Think on paper. What I'm going to start doing is reading through names of people you may know, types of people you may know. You and I have to make an agreement right now. If a name pops in your head, it goes on the paper. No matter how sure you are that this person is not interested in what we do, the name goes on the piece of paper. Deal? Okay, you're with me here. If you're continuing to watch, I'm assuming you've agreed. So you're not even going to look at me. Head down this whole time. I'm going to read this off to you. You're not looking at me. Head down. Pen on paper. And I can't wait to see how many names. You're going to share in the group how many names you ended up writing down. So I'm going to read off this handy dandy sheet of paper. So no reason to look at me because I'm going to be looking down most of the time. You ready? Okay. Here we go. Building your contact list. Who do you know? Think about your family and your closest friends, the people you work with, the people you grew up with, and the people you've simply come into contact with. Identifying these people is the most effective exercise in building a successful business. So we're going to go through these. Here we go. Your mother, your father, grandparents, in-laws, siblings, children, children of friends, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins. I'm going to keep going through these. You just keep writing. Friends, co-workers, church members, social group members, neighbors, babysitters, school groups, fraternities, sororities, organizational friends, casual acquaintances, chamber of commerce, networking groups. Keep writing. I know these are coming fast and furious. This is great for your brain. Who do you know via social networks? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram friends. Your child's birthday invitee list. Wedding list. Who did you invite to your wedding if you're married? Your school roster, your holiday card list, your church, synagogue, or spiritual group directory. Who are individuals you know that want to get into shape, want to eat healthy, want to lose weight? Who do you know that needs to pay down their credit card debt? Who do you know that wants to help their spouse retire early from their current job? Who do you know that already goes to the gym? Who do you know that doesn't like their job? Who are actively looking for part-time work? Who do you know that wants more time with their family? Who do you know that is already into fitness and nutrition? Who do you know that's really ambitious? Who do you know that's super enthusiastic? Who do you know that's crazy competitive? Okay, now I'm just gonna start running through occupations. Ready? Keep writing. Accountants, actors, advertisers, airline attendants, army officers, artists, athletes, acupuncturists, bakers, banking professionals, barbers, baseball players, beauty salons, brokers, builders, campers, chiropractors, consultants, computer engineers, cooks. Who do you know that's a dancer, dentist, dermatologist, a designer? Who's a disc jockey? Do you know any doctors? People that work at dry cleaners, education professionals, electricians, engineers, entertainers, farmers, film industry professionals, firemen. Do you know any fitness instructors, florists, people in food services, people that lead fundraisers, funeral directors, gardeners, golfers, government workers? You know anybody that's a graphic artist, gymnasts, hairdressers, handy person, fixing guy, health practitioners, hikers, headhunters, hospital staff, hotel staff, human resources staff, insurance salesmen, interior decorators, investors, janitors, jewelers, karate masters, kinesiologists, kickboxing classes, kitchen renovators, lawyers, leasing managers, loan officers, makeup artists, managers, manicurists, martial artists, massage therapists, mechanics, medical professionals, midwives, ministers, moms groups, mortgage brokers, movers, music teachers, musicians, mutual fund managers, Navy officers, nonprofit organizations, nurses, nutritionists, office managers, optometrists, orthodontists, painters, party planners, pediatricians, personal trainers, pet care professionals, pharmacists, photographers, physical therapists, piano teachers, plumbers, podiatrists, police officers, postal workers, promoters, property manager, public relations professionals, psychiatrists, psychologists, recreation therapists, realtors, recruiters, rehab specialists, reporters, repairmen, retirement centers, Rotary clubs, runners club, salesmen, scientists, shoe repairer, shriners, singers, skaters, skiers, skincare consultants, social workers, software engineers, spas, swimmers, sports teams, tailors, tanning salons, teachers, telecommunications, telemarketers, television repairmen, tennis instructors, therapists, trainers, tutors, ballet attendants, veterans, vocational consultants, volunteers, waiters, web designers, writers, YMCA members, yoga classmates. Now we're running through where do you know that people live? You ready? Keep writing, head down. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Who do you know in California? Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. Who do you know in Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri. Who do you know lives in Montana or Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma? Who lives in Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota? Who do you know that lives in Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Who do you know that lives in Kansas? But you should look down. You should have a healthy list. You can even back this up and go through it again if you're like, Jimmy, you went to.
All right, so let me stop the share. So the cool thing is, and I'll come back in, I will post the link so that you will have access to that video. So you can watch it whenever you want to use this exercise. And what I have found, and Jimmy does a really good job of instructing this, is there was probably a point where you were writing down names and you thought of a name and you couldn't write it down because things are moving too fast. And that's totally okay. Because again, you know 2,500 people. The fact of the matter is that you don't think of those 2,500 people. So I just want to show you guys by example. So this is the list of people that I just wrote down during that time. Again, I do this activity every single month. So if that's what I could do, you probably could do at least this much, if not more, okay? So this is the first step. Now you have this list, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do with this list. This is so cool. I just love this so much. It gets me so excited. All right, so I made you a promise that I'm not gonna make you invite people who you don't like or who don't want you to be, who you don't want to be a part of your team, and I'm gonna totally honor and follow through on that promise. But what I want you to do now is I want you to go through that list, and I'm going to give you guys a minute or two to do this. I want you to give everyone a score from 1 to 10. 1 being that second cousin who you just like, no, there's no way that I ever want them to be on that team, on my team. That's a 1, okay? And then someone who you just say like, man, they would be the best coach. I would absolutely love for them to be a part of my team. That type of person, you're going to score a 10, right? So go through your list right now and give everyone a score between 1 to 10. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to do this, and then we're going to take the next step. So go ahead and get to it. I feel like I should have some mood music. Let's see if I can find some mood music. Different people have different moods to feel. You know what song I like? I have it. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't do that because Facebook may flag it as, do I have any royalty for music? Sorry. All right, keep scoring. Keep scoring. Had one of those ideas that I didn't think all the way through before I said it. Thanks, Julie. All right, I'm going to give you guys about 30 more seconds. Don't overthink it either. One being someone who you absolutely have no desire to talk to whatsoever, and 10 being the person who you're like, oh my gosh. Julie Boris would be a 10 since she tried to give me the assist. If you don't know Julie, go follow her. She's awesome. Cool. Okay. So now that you have given everyone a number between 1 to 10, what I want you to do is I want you to underline every person who you gave an 8 or higher. So do that. This should take considerably less time than all the numbering that you did because it's going to be a smaller percentage. And this is what's going to be really cool. Once you've underlined them all, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take, if you did it like me, you can fold the paper over or whatever, you flip it onto the other side. What I want you to do is I want you to rewrite the names of the people who you gave a 10 to. So let's see, for me, Dr. Pavial, he is honest, actually, he is my dermatologist, and both times that I've gone to see him, he's asked about Beachbody on Demand. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, duh. So he is a 10 for me, so I'm gonna write Dr. Pavial, okay? And here's the other thing that's important. So I'm gonna write Dr. Pavial 10, and then just write a little note to yourself about why you gave that person a 10. And it doesn't have to be long. But for me, it's like Dr. Pavial. He cares about helping people with their health. And he's asked me every time about what I do. So that's what I'm going to write as my note for him. So I'll give you guys a minute. So do all the 10s first, and then the 9s, and then the 8s. And if you have like 50 10s, then you can probably just do the 10s. And if you have 50 10s, then you're going to be emerald like now. Okay. So, and if I'm rushing you guys through this too much, then I apologize. You'll be able to pause and play on the recording, which we'll post once we're finished here. So here's the thing. Here is where I need you to make a commitment, because here's the thing. There are two different types of people. There are people who do the bare minimum, because if you do the bare minimum and it works, then you succeed. And then there are people who 10x, and the people who 10x do above and beyond the people who just do the bare minimum. So if you're here, you might as well, if this is the first time that you've tried to like shoot the moon, go over the top, try to 10x things, now is the time to do it. If you're here, please like make sure that the time that you're investing is worth it, because if we end this right now and you don't go and do anything with it, then you should have watched Netflix. I'm probably gonna get yelled at for saying, no, I'm not gonna get yelled at for saying that, but like, seriously, when you invest the time into something, you have to do it right, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to circle the 10 people who you are most excited to talk about and you are most excited to invite now that you have this list. And the cool thing, this is the reason why I do this. So anytime that we do something new, it's hard. So like when you go bowling, when you're a kid, okay, if you're like 4 years old and you go bowling, you put the bumpers up because otherwise you're just gonna throw the ball in the gutter every time. So once you throw it and there are no gutters or there are no like gutter guards, then you can actually start throwing it and get better, okay? It's why like when you start playing t-ball and then you play the next league, which is the instructional league, which is where the coaches throw the ball so you don't have to like figure out how to hit when you can't even hit yet. It's like a slow progression. And the reason why I always have people invite the 10s first is because, first of all, those are the people who are most likely to say yes. So you might as well create that momentum for yourself. And secondly, if you score them a 10, chances are, even if they say no, they're going to be the type of people that will give you feedback so that you can get better at inviting moving forward. It's all about growth and momentum, okay? So those 10 names that you circled, here is what you're gonna do. You're gonna send them an invite, okay? Everybody invites differently, okay? So you can message them through whatever medium you normally talk. If you normally talk through text, don't send them an Instagram DM. If you normally talk to them through Instagram, don't send them stick with whatever channel you normally talk to these people. And here's what you're going to tell them. You're going to tell them the note that you wrote down about why they would be a 10 or a 9 or an 8, depending on how many people that you have. You're going to invite them and say, hey, you know, I just wanted to reach out because I've been doing this thing and it made me think like, oh my gosh, you would be so good at this. Would you be open to hearing more? Okay. Ray Higdon says that you don't try to close people, you see if people are open. So that's how you're going to start the conversation. And the cool thing about those little notes that you made about why you scored them a 10, you can say, hey, you know, I'm trying to build my team. I was trying to think about people who were things that you wrote about them. Like, and this is the cool thing, it's super authentic. I was trying to think of people who are this, and you were the first person who I thought of. Would you be open to hearing more? Okay, so this is how simple it is. Okay, so what I need for you to do right now, and you don't have to do first and last names, but I want you to put in a comment the 10 people who you are going to invite today. You get like in that. So I call this call Emerald in an hour. I usually finish before an hour is up because you now have 25 minutes, 24 minutes. I'm not going to go on any longer. You have 24 minutes to start these conversations. Okay. So in the next 24 minutes, what I want you to do is reach out again through whatever medium that you normally talk to these people and send these invitations. And just for your own accountability, write the names of the 10 people in a comment. And again, don't do it first and last name, because then if people know people, then people will ask people, and you don't have to go like that. Just use the first person's first name for your own accountability. And that's it. This is the way that you connect with people. This list is the way that we built Emerald over and over and over again. And the cool thing about this is if you keep it this simple and you keep it about helping these people find a product that's going to align with their goals, that Emerald will turn into a ruby, will turn into a diamond and star diamond, and on and on and on forever. The most beautiful thing, and I heard Lindsay Stay say this about 6.5 years ago, is that a superstar diamond team is made up 100% of Emerald coaches. Okay, so you have the ability, you now have this tool, you now have this skill set, and you now have the next 23 minutes, and I'm going to close with this. You have the next 23 minutes to start to create that momentum. I am willing to bet that if you shoot for the moon on this one, you will enroll 2 coaches today and you'll be able to wake up on Thursday morning as an Emerald coach for the first time, or maybe get your Emerald back, or maybe take that one step further in your rank advancement. And I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you can use this video and connect your coaches to this video so that they can use this same exact process to connect with the people who they know. That's the other thing that's so crazy too, is there is so much opportunity to connect with people that we don't have a lot of coaches. And I know it feels that way because we all search the same hashtags on social media. So we feel like everyone's a coach. But the truth of the matter is that it's just not the case. It's less than 1% of the US population are coaches. So like, what are those 99 other people gonna do? They need you. So go get it, go connect with these people, invite them to be a part of your team, tell them the reason why, and go get your Emerald.
Okay, so I am personally not going to take the time to do this right now. I'll tell you kind of how I'm going to use this list. And I think because where we were at a couple years ago, whenever he made this video, was only coaches and discount coaches make up your coaches under you for rank advancements and things. I think that we're in like a really cool place right now with the fact that preferred customers can also help you to rank advance. You know, you're always going to have to be adding preferred customers because not everyone's going to keep their, preferred customer status forever, or keep active status with 50 PV and stuff like that. But it's a very unique thing that we have now with the preferred customers. So I am actually going to take this list that I have of like 13 people that were like 8s to 10s for me, and just make sure that I'm inviting them this month to February, to my grit group, letting them know, definitely leverage the $20 promo code that we all have. That's actually really cool because it's like your name. It's like Caitlin 20 or whatever or Feb 20, I think. So we all have a code in our email. That's your unlimited $20 off promo code that you can use all February long. So that's how I'm going to use this list, unless there's definitely a couple people that jumped out at me that I absolutely am going to invite to coach, and I'm just circling them right now on my list. Oh, I guess more than half of them I actually think would make great coaches. But for the most part, I am probably just going to invite them on a level of joining me in February, giving them a $20 off discount, and signing everyone up in February as a preferred customer so that they would help in rank advancement and stuff. So that's how I'm going to use this list. But I have it saved, so I will kind of use it this week, this weekend, and just work from that list along with people that are liking posts and reels and watching my stories and just doing that. So hopefully that call was helpful and not super scary. And I think because where we do have the preferred customer program right now, you don't have to reach out to all these people and invite them in the sense of hey, do you want to coach with me? You can still invite them in the sense of just being a challenger. So I just wanted to end with that because at the end I was like, oh, that's a little daunting. But I'm gonna stop recording. Hopefully this was helpful.